Hi guys, it's Sarah, and as you can see, I have a whole new look. I think I'm going to call it GI Glam. So, I'm making a joke, but really this was a tough last few days, and I have really hemmed and hawed about coming on here without my hair. I do have a really nice wig, but this is reality. This is me. This is what I look like now, and I felt like coming on here with a wig, it just didn't feel right. It felt artificial or not me. Like I almost kind of feel ridiculous when I have it on. Like I don't think you can actually tell, but I can tell. I can feel it on my head, and it feels odd. So anyway, my hair started falling out a few days ago, just little pieces at a time, and I just got out the clippers and said, you know what, like I don't have control over this whole process. I feel like I'm out of control with getting cancer, and I have to go get all these treatments that I don't want to do, that are uncomfortable and unpleasant, to say the least. And now my hair's falling out, and I'm not going to just sit around and wait for it little by little to happen. I'm just going to do this one thing on my own terms. So I was home by myself, and I just got the clippers out, and bye-bye hair. So here I am. Anyway, so yeah, that was tough. I guess it's so shocking every time I look in the mirror to see this is me, but it's been a couple days, so I'm getting a little bit used to it. But anyways, I just wanted to give you an update. I finished my first chemo treatment 2 weeks ago. I came through it okay. It was definitely no walk in the park. It was tough. Took me probably at least a week to start getting up and out a little bit, enough to even take my kids to school or run errands. But after about 10 days, I started feeling a little bit more like myself. I'm still tired a lot. I definitely have nowhere near the energy that I had before all of this. So I have my second treatment coming up next week. Trying to just enjoy feeling good while I can, and also just strengthen myself to get ready for feeling bad again next week. And that's one of the things that's really been a struggle, is mentally. I mean, I swear this whole cancer journey is like, mentally is the hardest part. It's definitely hard physically, the treatments and feeling so bad, but the mental part is just so tough. Every day not knowing how you're going to feel, because you're different every single day, and it's hard to make plans. And then also with your body changing and my hair falling out, there's a lot of mental and emotional stuff that goes into this. And so I've been really trying to take care of myself mentally and emotionally, and I find myself getting so down because I am working some, but I can't work full time. Obviously, I have to take off, the week after treatment, and then, my energy's just not as good, so I'm not working anywhere near as much as I was before. And so I'm home a lot, and I have to rest a lot. So I'm resting and watching TV and listening to podcasts and things like that, but it's hard not to get down. And I was just thinking the other day, because I was just in such a grouchy mood, and I was in my mind just complaining, like, God, this sucks. I'm gonna be feeling bad for at least the next 4 months while I'm doing chemo, and then I don't know how I'll feel after that, because I'll have surgery and I'll have radiation, and I don't know what to expect, so it's going to be a year. And I thought, you know what, like, I cannot be in a bad mood for a year. Like, I can't do that. That's ridiculous. That's impossible. And so I've been thinking about, like, how can I bring joy into my day every single day, and focusing more on what I have to be grateful for and what brings me joy every single day, because it's so easy to get caught up in what's wrong and what's bad and what's bringing me down, and just focusing on my physical symptoms and worrying about the next treatment and worrying about my future and all that. And, it's just no way to live every day. And I had the realization that it's not just now that I have cancer that I was doing that. I was doing that before cancer, and I didn't even realize it. We tend to focus on what is going wrong in our lives, our jobs or our relationships or whatever, family issues, whatever's going on. We let that overshadow how much joy we actually have in our lives. And so I wake up every day and I say to myself, you're going to find joy in today. Yes, it's going to be hard, but where can you find pieces of joy? And also, not letting in negativity is another big one. People want to tell me their horror stories about cancer and, people they know and all these, terrible things. And I've gotten referred to websites and to support groups online and things like that. But I've had to sort of shut some of that out because so much negative comes with it. It's not that it's all bad. I mean, I do, get good things and good advice and good support and good messages of hope. But there's so much out there these days that I'm also seeing really scary things, and, people who are going through just, much worse things than I am. And then that fear, it's letting too much of that fear and that negativity in. So I'm going to be really careful about what I allow into my world now. Even what I watch on TV, definitely what I'm looking at online, but even, TV shows that are upsetting, and negative people and people that are energy vampires. And I'm really, really lucky to have a lot of just awesome people in my world, people around me that are loving me and giving me so much support. And my kids, I'm gonna start crying just talking about my kids, but my kids are the absolute joy of my life. And I just am amazed every day at how wonderful they are, and that I've created that, not that I can take all the credit, but, when they come home from school, I want to focus on them and their day and all the things that they're involved in and all the joy that they have, because their joy multiplies my joy. And so that's the big message that I've been getting lately is, try not to focus on what you don't have, or what you've lost in the past that you wish you hadn't, or mistakes that you've made in the past. And my big issue is worrying about the future. That's always how I've been. I've always been a worrier, and even when things are going good, I'm kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop. And so I'm really, really, really making an effort to live more in the moment, to notice everything that's joyful around me, and to soak up that joy as much as possible. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And as far as everything else, I've been, like I said, sort of rebuilding after that first treatment. And so the way that I'm sort of looking at it right now is there's 3 aspects to what I need to do to get myself healthy again, to get rid of this cancer and to be as healthy as possible as a whole person. And first of all, it's my medical treatments. Obviously, you know, there's so much out there and they've come so far as treatments for cancer. Obviously, that's what I have to do right now. That's just where I am. I have to do my chemotherapy and everything, you know, that the doctors, the protocol that's been laid out for me. So I'm committed to that. And the second thing is my nutrition. You know, I've always been, as you know, I'm a weight loss coach. I'm a fitness coach. I care what I put in my body, and I can support my system to rebuild itself after the chemo, because the chemo kills off the cancer cells, but it also kills off other cells too. And it, you know, it really weakens your immune system. So the more good, healthy, nutritious food I can put in my body, the better. I'm trying to eat organic as much as possible and the best quality meats that I can eat. Lots of fruits and vegetables. I've been drinking green juice, just trying to put in as much good, healthy stuff as I can so that my body will be able to tolerate the treatments and also bounce back after that. So that's the second thing. And then the third thing is kind of what I already talked about, is the emotional health. And, you know, when I work with my clients, we talk a lot about what's going on in their lives and what's going on with them emotionally, because your emotions affect your health just as much as the food you eat and whether or not you're exercising. You know, it's a mind-body connection, and every thought, every emotion that you experience has a physical, like, reaction in your body. You know that stress takes years off your life. We know that stress weakens your heart. And when you're under a lot of stress, there is a whole process that goes on inside your body to prepare you for what the messages your body is receiving. So it's like that fight or flight. It's like your body thinks that you're being chased by a tiger, and your eyes dilate and you release glucose into your body to be used by your muscles for quick energy. So a whole host of things go on to prepare you for that fight or flight. And when we live like that constantly, it is so unhealthy for our bodies. So when we're busy all day long, when when we have a stressful job, when we add on top of that everything that we do for our families and volunteer work and whatever, all the activities that we're doing, we're tearing our bodies down and we're weakening ourselves. So it's just as important to take care of your mental health as it is to take care of your physical health. And I'm so guilty of that. It's something I've been working on for a long time. And it's almost like now that I have this cancer, I am forced to slow down and I'm forced to stop doing so much. And eventually your body does make you stop. You ever notice, like, at Christmas time, lots of people end up sick and with colds? It's because they're so run down. It's because they've been going and your body can only take that for so long before it says, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I have to have a break. And so you get sick. And what I'm about to say is probably, I think, a little bit controversial for some people, because I believe that your body sends you messages about what it needs. And if you don't listen to those messages, the messages will get stronger and stronger. And it's not that I think I caused my cancer or that this is my fault or anything like that. But I think that everything that happens in your body is calling your attention to something that you've been ignoring and that you really need to pay attention to. And, I hear this all the time, you hear fighting cancer and battling cancer. And I do feel like I'm in a battle to stay healthy and to figure this out. But I don't feel like I'm in a battle with the actual cancer. That's the part that I think a lot of people don't feel that way. And I respect everybody's journey and whatever it means to them to have a sickness. But for me, when I say battling the cancer, that is like saying, the cancer is a part of me. It is in my body created it. And I don't feel like I can battle against my own body. So I don't feel like the cancer is evil. I have a lot of people say to me that, the cancer is the devil and that it's evil and that we're going to fight it. But I don't believe that. That isn't how I feel about my situation. I feel like the cancer is a part of me for a reason, and I believe it will go away also. But I believe that there are lessons that this journey is going to teach me, and that I need to stop and really listen to the lessons. And it's not that cancer is punishment. It's not that, it's a punitive thing, here to teach me a lesson. I just mean that I think everything that happens to you in your life is to teach you lessons, and so that you can learn and grow. And I believe that my cancer is also here to show me things and to call my attention to things. And that if I don't listen, if I don't learn some of these lessons, that it will manifest itself in my life in another way on down the road. So that's just how I feel about it, and that's how I am going about my days. And of course I wish I didn't have cancer. Of course of course I wish I wasn't going through this. But a lot of things in life we didn't want that happened to us, and we can use them to learn and grow, or we can just get through it. But for me, for my experience, if I don't learn and grow from it, then there will be other ways that life will, that the universe will show me. I think if you don't learn a lesson, the universe, God, higher power will continue to let you practice and show you ways to practice what it is that you need to learn and get good at. So that's the way that I feel, and that is part of what I'm working on as far as myself and as far as mentally and emotionally. And if anything that I say resonates with you, I hope that whatever journey you are on, that you can learn from my journey. And I also think that's part of what I'm here for. I didn't want to come on here bald and show myself, publicly to the world, not looking the way that I want to look. But I feel compelled to share whatever lessons I can learn, so that if part of it helps you with what you're going through, then that's awesome. And if it does resonate with you, or if this is helpful for you, or if you have questions, or want to hear from me in any way, I'm kind of an open book right now. So, let me know. And so, joy is what I'm looking for right now. Lots and lots of joy. So if you could send some joy my way, I would appreciate it. Any pictures of your kids or your dogs or funny stories, or, you know, I'm home a lot by myself and resting a lot, and I think we can all agree that TV is shit. I have Netflix, I have Hulu, you know, there's never anything on, and I don't want to just waste my days laying around watching TV. So whatever joyful things you can share with me, I appreciate it, and I love you guys. I do, and you know, I feel your love always coming back at me, not just through, you know, messages and texts and emails and cards and everything, but I know you're out there, and I can just feel the good energy, and I just want to tell you that I love you and I appreciate it. You may not hear from me for a little while because I have treatments coming up. So if you don't, you'll know to send a little prayer my way, because I'm probably not feeling good enough to be on social media. But I love you guys, and take care, and I will see you soon.